DOJ worker gets fired after throwing a sandwich at a federal agent. Well, there's a crime. If you haven't seen it yet, you've probably heard about it. Man in Washington, D.C. went viral after throwing his sub sandwich at an officer. Turns out that man works for the Department of Justice. Well, he used to. Show us the sandwich throw. We're going to get to the consequences, but might I say, as he ran away in his half Dockers and his pink shirt, looking very preppy after throwing a perfectly good sub sandwich, he's still privileged. He's still privileged because he wasn't tased or shot in the back as he was fleeing. No. Man charged, though, with a felony for hurling that sandwich at a federal law enforcement official in the nation's capital has now been fired from his job at the Justice Department. Attorney General Pam Bondi said in a social media post Thursday, yes, because I'm Attorney General and I'm going to comment on, of all things, a sandwich thrower. For real? I thought you were rounding up MS-13, okay? And working hard to not get people back like the judge told you from CCOT. She's got time. Video of Sean Charles Dunn berating a group of federal agents late Sunday went viral online. Dunn was arrested on an assault charge after he threw a sub-style sandwich at a Customs and Border Protection agent, the court filing said. AP filling in the details. Dunn is 37 of Washington, was an international affairs specialist in the Justice Department's criminal division, according to a department official who spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss a personnel matter. This is an example of the deep state we have been up against for 7 months as we work to refocus DOJ. You was a lie. Pam Bondi wrote, her cornea is not scratched anymore. That's fixed. She's back to work. You will not work in this administration while disrespecting our government and law enforcement. Well, you will. You actually will, okay? Remember a man named Jared Wise? He was saying, like, kill the police on January 6th, and now he's a special advisor in the department. So that's not true, Pammy. It's not true. You know it, and I know it. He has since been released. A judge released 37-year-old Sean Dunn, former Department of Justice employee, on his own recognizance, despite charging him with an enhanced version of an assault charge that requires bodily injury and carries up to 8 years in federal prison, prosecutors said. They had no basis on which to argue he should be detained. When has that stopped you before? Was it hard salami? What makes it that he could get 8 years for wasting this food? Was it the right thing to do? No. I'm upset that he wasted the sandwich. I love a good sandwich. According to his attorney, Sabrina Schroff, Dunn first appeared in the D.C. Superior Court on Monday, but the case wasn't papered. 2 days later, prosecutors obtained a new arrest warrant, this time in federal court. Can he be charged with being deep state? In court, the defense revealed Dunn served in the U.S. Air Force, had worked for the DOJ before being fired after the incident. His attorney argued no one was injured, calling the felony charge excessive. He made a mistake. It was not his finest day. Now, I heard all that laughing in the background, perhaps his friends who were reporting. And I don't know if anyone had had a few cocktails, a beer maybe. I don't know. I'm just asking for a friend. But I don't even know if he was truly, deep state. I don't even know if he was truly protesting the immigration policies. He seemed like a privileged guy who I'll acknowledge served his country and was serving in the DOJ who just to watch what I do. The privilege is in knowing that he's not going to be shot for it. What do you think, Jamie?
You know, I'm a frequent patron of Subway, and I will say sometimes when they toast those buns, they can definitely enter the territory of being a deadly weapon for sure. So I can definitely see how Pam Bondi rose to those charges because, and they're pointy sandwiches. I think we should applaud the work that Attorney General Pam Bondi is doing in the Trump administration, that she's finally got to the base root of the deep state, which is sandwich throwing. We passed, she's already solved the Epstein issue. She's already solved all that child pedophilia and got down to the root of everything, which is sandwich throwing in the Justice Department. It's kind of comical. You would think they have better things to do than to charge people with felonies that over stupid incidences. And I agree with you. This was a tremendously bold act on that gentleman's part, and it did show his privilege. I work in law enforcement. Well, I don't work in law enforcement. I work along with law enforcement. I work in a courthouse. And I see many people come in the courthouse looking like this gentleman, and they get all up in the face of some of those deputies and they cuss them out and tell them what they can and cannot do. None of them look like me. And not to say that any of those people should receive any excessive force act against them, but it is somewhat telling that I would never, ever, ever feel anywhere remotely comfortable doing that with even people I know personally, let alone random police officers.
Nah,
but maybe I should just been throwing sandwiches.
Yeah, he's never been in a playground fight, never got his butt kicked. And I'm not calling for it. I'm just telling you, this is part of privilege.